Let me show you how to make Chinese pepper steak. We start out with some beef broth, soy sauce, oyster sauce, ginger, garlic, bell pepper, onion, a little bit of cooking oil like vegetable oil or canola oil, and flank steak that's very thin. We're going to take the flank steak and we're going to cut it into squares like that, and we're going to make a marinade and try to marinate it for a couple of hours at least, but it would be nice overnight. The marinade is made up of half a cup of beef broth, a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of oyster sauce, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of cornstarch. We're also going to be mincing about 3 or 4 garlic cloves and about a tablespoon of ginger. We're gonna grate the ginger. Now we shake up the marinade, okay, and turn it over every once in a while for a couple of hours. Now it's very important to have the onions cut into big squares that are about, say, inch square. A way to do it is to cut the onion into quarters like this. I see a lot of folks on the internet making pepper steak with onion rings and cut Italian style, but I think if you go into a restaurant and get pepper steak, a Chinese restaurant, you'll find that the vegetables are cut into squares like this. So we're going to try to achieve that. And here we have quarters. And when you get the quarters cut like that, open them up and separate all the pieces and put them in a bowl. And that goes for the bell pepper as well. And the whole idea is to have everything ready to go before you start cooking. That is the way it's done, is to have everything completely ready to go, because it's only going to take 3 or 4 minutes at the most, and everything happens so quickly that you won't have time to be going here and there and cutting things up. Have it ready. Now, here we're just putting a little bit of salt on the garlic and mincing it, or you could buy it already minced. And we're going to take the ginger and grate it with the grater. You peel back a little bit of the peel on the skin on the ginger, and then just grate a tablespoon. Cut up your bell pepper in this manner and put it into a bowl along with your onions, just like that. Have everything all set to go. Now 1 tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil is fine, and when we say 10 seconds for the ginger and the garlic, that's all. Just 10 seconds in very hot oil, and you begin putting in your meat. You can throw it in all at once, the meat that is, and when you do that, be prepared to stir it up back and forth, back and forth. Make sure that wok is very hot, or if you have a big pan, get it very, very hot as you can get it, and keep stirring. Don't walk away from this, because the meat will steam up, and that is not the way to do it. You just want to get it as hot as possible, and then pick it up and set it aside. Put another tablespoon of oil in the pan, in the wok, and now comes the bell pepper and the onions. Give that a real good stir, cooking them as much as you can, and then put the meat back in. Stir everything up really well, and we're going to put that marinade back in, which has cornstarch in it, and that's going to thicken up. If you kind of make a little pool in the middle like that, and just keep stirring it until it thickens, and you're done. That's all there's to it. Put it in a big bowl or a plate or individual plates, and there you have it. You have Chinese pepper steak. Enjoy.